Welcome to It's the Economy. The question we are asking, has the El Nino developed into a slightly bigger threat? Why are we asking this question? The US National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration has advanced the arrival of El Nino by a month because of unusual warming of Pacific waters, while the Australian Bureau of Meteorology has upped the El Nino status to an alert. Both these happened last week. Can this impact Indian monsoon more than we thought? DS Pai, the scientist and head Climate Services Division at Indian Meteorological Department, the IMD, and Mr. GP Sharma, President, Meteorology and Climate Change at Skymet, join us. Mr. Pai and Sharma, thank you very much for joining us today, and I can assure you that we are going to have the largest viewership for this conversation. Mr. Pai, the first question is the El Nino a bigger threat after what we recently heard from the United States and Australia?
So you correctly said conditions over the equatorial Pacific has turned into El Nino conditions, mainly because temperature has crossed the threshold value of 0.5 degree, and associated changes in the atmosphere is also observed. And in addition to that, the model forecasts are also showing for the until next winter, this temperature, the condition will persist. Generally, El Nino are declared when such conditions are persisting for at least about 5 months. So since already conditions are set in and there is a forecast for next 4 or 5 months, they have declared. But however, to convert that into impact into the atmospheric circulation and in monsoon and all, it may take maybe 1 month to 2 months, because there is generally a normal lag between the changes in the ocean and changes in the atmosphere or the monsoon.
Good.
Now coming to
until now the expectation was that it might impact our monsoon late August. Should we start worrying it will impact earlier? That was my point of the question.
Yeah, I'm coming to that point. See, generally during El Nino, around 65% of the El Nino year, monsoon has been generally below normal or deficient. And it has been seen that data shows that generally its impact is more in the month of August and September. Okay, in that respect, generally, within the second half, as I said, it is because of the lag between the changes that takes place in the ocean and that turn into atmosphere, this lag. However, this year, there is also strong possibility of positive Indian Ocean Dipole conditions in the Indian Ocean, which are already that also almost to 0.32 and close to cross threshold of 0.4. So even that also will take place. So there will be during the monsoon season both the negative impact of El Nino, at the same time the positive impact of positive IOD. In that respect, our forecast we had given 96%. That is mainly because the impact of El Nino are generally more stronger than the impact of the IOD. So the 96 plus or minus 4 shows that in spite of some positive impact of IOD, there can be some rainfall deficiency.
Okay, got that, sir. That's very helpful. Mr. Sharma, would you want to add to this? After the recent announcements of Australia and US, are you rethinking the quantum of rainfall in India?
Lata, this monsoon, southwest monsoon, is a planetary scale global phenomenon. Okay, and it's a very, very mysterious and complex phenomenon, difficult to decode. Overlapped with El Nino, the challenge becomes bigger. Okay, that's what we are at the moment. The El Nino is the most powerful phenomena. I will say it's a more powerful factor which brings in the fluctuations in climate over many parts of the world. Droughts in Australia and perishing rains over Indian subcontinent and possibly heavy rains in southern parts of America. All that a part of El Nino itself. Okay, as we were talking about this, you said the alert has been sounded. Obviously, when some index parameters in the ocean, it crosses the threshold value, the alert is sounded. It's a very, very normal process. The El Nino is ramping up now. Okay, you rightly said earlier, whatever the chances were, sounding alert means it's almost 3 times the chances of normal that El Nino will retain its status as we progress through the season. And rightly so, okay, because the normal cycle of the El Nino is, it starts coming up in April, it peaks sometime in September, October, towards rather to the fall of the year, and then again it starts decaying the subsequent year in the winter months itself, or sometime it is in the spring. So this is the normal cycle of the El Nino as such. Look at the past report. Is this century, El Nino has not spared us, not even once. 2002, 4, 9, 14, 15. We narrowly escaped in 18. Okay, so this is the...
Yeah, no, Mr. Sharma, my point is more as to whether we have to worry a little more this year.
Obviously, we have given, Lata, we have given a forecast of below normal that we always do. Even if it is very, very evident, I am of the view that I should not send the country into a despair even before the first drop of rain has fallen. Okay, things are looking a little worse to me. It is in the coming days, we are the well-wishers, all right, monsoon should behave well, so it will be good for the country. But then looking at the conditions which are there, it doesn't seem to be so. Okay.
So you expect less than 96? You expect less than 96%? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, sure. We have given 94 plus minus 5%. We have gone up to even 90%.
Okay.
With for 60% of chance we have given in the forecast for below normal and drought. 60. Okay, that's it.
Oh, 60%. That's not
That's
looking
below
good,
normal
sir.
and drought. Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Pai, any warning you want to sound, or you think you're a little more confident of 96%? I mean, we are glad that you both are disagreeing, but you think the Indian Ocean Dipole is strong enough to keep 96? You stay with that number?
See, the forecast is a forecast. Okay, so there is always a certain kind of uncertainties there. So we also have given a plus or minus 4. So
Yes.
since that now, it looks less rainfall, that so far, always, perception may, it may continue. But the thing is that we also have to see positive IOD. And I also will add that, the year 1997, which was one of the strongest El Nino year of the last century, monsoon was 102%. So it's, this is again, and even 1994, in spite of El Nino,
Yes.
we had, because of positive IOD, we had a normal monsoon rainfall. So it happens.
Yes.
So when what happens in the monsoon season everything cannot be predicted now. So, but we hope there is also, since there is a very strong positive IOD, and another aspect also is generally El Nino when more stronger in the Eastern Pacific. Its impact is less in recent years compared to when it is in the Central Pacific. Now at present, you will see that the warming is more in the equatorial Pacific. It is slowly coming towards the west. So we also have to watch how actually the El Nino will pan out this year.
Okay. What about the distribution over the country, Mr. Pai? We have seen the late onset in Kerala because of the cyclone. How is the onset for the rest of the country? Are you worrying about any regions? If the Indian Ocean Dipole is more important and that impacts the southwest monsoon, what is the spatial distribution as of now, you think?
See, in spite of a delay of almost 1 week over onset over Kerala, now you can see that last 3-4 days there has been a significant progress of the monsoon. It has reached up to southern part of Goa and southern part of Maharashtra, and many parts of Tamil Nadu, some parts of Andhra Pradesh, and even entire Northeast India. However, due to the presence of the extreme severe cyclone storm by Joy, so it may take a slight more time before it can progress further into the Maharashtra and central India. But as we have predicted together, as a whole, the June month, we may get below normal rainfall. And second, in after 15 or 16, we will have a much faster progress, and we will have better rainfall compared to the first half of the month of June.
Okay.
That's what
Okay.
we are expecting in the month of June. And compared to a season as a whole, as we have predicted, Northwest India, we are expecting below normal rainfall, but all other regions, particularly Southern Peninsula, normal to slightly above normal, and Northeast to normal, and Central India, it's close to normal that we are.
Okay, close to normal. Mr. Sharma, would you want to add to the regional and chronological distribution?
See, we have also given in our forecast the spatial distribution of rainfall during the season as such. Intrinsically, the El Nino, only with few exceptions, it has been very harsh generally with central parts and the northern parts of the country. These are the parts which are otherwise considered as grain bowl of the country, be it Kharif season, be it Rabi season. 50% of our food grain comes from these two pockets, central parts and the northern parts. And particularly, El Nino becomes harsh over those parts which are largely rain dependent. I'm talking about parts of Maharashtra, most parts of Maharashtra, parts of even Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, this region. Northwest India, slightly, they're well off in terms of their resources, but then, they are also largely dependent. So my fear is, it is a little worry. I will say the coming season is a large worry for us. Yes.
Okay, I take your point, sir. And we forget about incomes. Even if we are stocked in terms of grain, farm incomes, if they are affected in large parts of central India, which is not very rich, that can be a humanitarian issue. Dr. Pai, very quickly, what about the cyclone Biparjoy? Is it expected to? When is it expected to make landfall? Where? How much of India should be worried about?
See, at present, the system is over East Central and adjoining Northeast Arabian Sea. Okay, it is around 340 kilometers southwest of Porbandar and 650 kilometers south of Karachi. Now it will move northward till this evening, and slowly it will start, till 14, and thereafter it will start moving northeastward and likely to cross, the region between Karachi and between Gujarat area, actually, in Saurashtra and Kutch. While, from today evening, it will also start slightly weakening, and when it will cross, it will be around, it will be again very severe cyclonic storm with a wind speed of 125 kilometer to 135 kilometer, gusting to 150 kilometer. As I said,
north of Porbandar should be worried. North and west of Porbandar should be worried.
Yeah, the region between Karachi and Mandvi in Gujarat. So that is the region it is expected, and it is in the afternoon of 15 that likely to cross the land.
Okay, we have lots more questions, so unfortunately out of time, but we will take another date with both of you. Thank you very much, Mr. Sharma and Pai, for giving us more nuances on understanding the El Nino. The IMD is still sticking with 96%, but there is, of course, that 4% plus or minus. Skymet is more skeptical that there could be regions in central India and northwest where the deficiency could lead to a drought. We better worry. Wrap up on Bazaar on that note. Chartbusters up next.